வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே, இது உங்கள் V.Palanichamy. நம்ம சிவில் சர்வீஸ் எக்ஸாம் ப்ரீவியஸ் இயர்ல கேட்கப்பட்ட ஒரிஜினல் இன்டர்வியூ கொஸ்டின்ஸ் பார்த்துட்டோம். அதில் பெர்சனாலிட்டி பேஸ்ட் செகண்ட் பார்ட். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பார்ட் நம்ம ஆல்ரெடி அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டோம். ஸோ இட்ஸ் லைக் பர்சனல் பேசிஸ், பெர்சனாலிட்டி ரிலேட்டட் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எதுவாக இருந்தாலும் இதில் ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகிருக்கும். சில கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வேறு ஹெட்டிங்லையும் வரலாம். பட் வாட் எவர் யூ ஃபீல் பர்சனாலிட்டி, பர்சனல் எல்லாமே நம்ம இந்த பார்ட்டில் கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம். ஸோ மேபி ஒரு 8 to 10 minutes. எகைன் நம்ம யாருக்காக பேசுகிறோம் அப்படின்னா, இந்த ஆண்டு இன்டர்வியூ போகிறவங்க, அதாவது நேர்முக தேர்வு, அதாவது ஆளுமை தேர்வு அட்டன் பண்ண போகிறவங்க, அதே மாதிரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் would like to aspire for civil services and people would like to know what type of questions are being asked in the interview, right? So that's the main aim. So it's a personality based questions. And what are the qualities of leaders, and like ability or fear or tired to, or try to balance. So you asked to choose one, right? And your two weaknesses, they're very common. Then they will say that what are your strength, what are your weakness, and they will ask you to do the SWOT analysis. All these things will come. Fine. Then why civil services over judicial service? Maybe this person is a lawyer, so this question comes, like, so it's common. So suppose you are a person who is a doctor, then we'll ask that why you will look for a civil service than medical service, right? Like you should have a standard answer for all these things. Do you read that George Orwell book? Are you employed or studying? What are you studying? What are you studying? So you worked in NGO. What was your role? And for how many years you worked? What was the age range of children? Might have been working for a children. Question. What is the difference between the response of a second standard and a 10th standard student to whom we should pay more attention, right? Then what you have done for their emotional well-being, right? Fine. What problems they faced? If given a chance, would you like to really continue working there? As an young officer, what's your vision and what work will you do? Why women in rural areas are coming more into the workforce? Why young people are coming more towards government service in India? Young people coming more into government service. So what do you know about the current situation in India's neighborhood? It can go in the current affairs also, but it's okay, fine. And you are in students union, and so tell us about its personality development only, or something negative is also there. Who is your favorite music director? And in the past I mentioned that hobby and old, and this is part of hobby also. What type of leadership will you display when you become an officer? Gave options like autocratic, democratic, and participating. Autocratic, democratic, and participating, right? Fine. So when you were a president of student union, was Lingdo committee recommendation implemented? And asked me this committee because I mentioned in my answer recording a student union. So it's all நம்ம கேள்வி எப்படி பதில் சொல்றோமோ அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி நெக்ஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின் கூட ஃபாலோ ஆகும். ஓகே. And who is your role model? It's very common question. And about my height, right? Why didn't become a bowler, right? Asked about my surgeries, maybe medical problem. And career opportunities can be there in a person for like you from chemistry background other than civil services. Can academics and industry can do something in it? Fine. What is a brand ambassador? India's contribution in chemistry field. Name some of the chemistry scientists and their contributions. High gold imports and getting into temples, no use. How to use that gold? It's opinion based. You are being the last candidate today. See this, last candidate today. So we give you the privilege to choose topic your DA, detail application form. Choose Maharashtra and had enough in basic material, right? So ma'am asked me to give in brief Maharashtra and should specifically ask about not to give data-based details, and had a 2 to 3 minutes conversation. Fine. Again, gave me a privilege to choose one more topic. So this time I chose Pune for the same reason, and Maharashtra briefly told about Pune. So Pune is a IT hub and also a huge youth population. So where can the youth spend some quality time when they are not studying or working? So I had a very brief discussion, and she asked if a mystery box game sort was conducted in Pune, about which I was unaware. So I asked ma'am detail about it. How should cities manage a huge waste being generated daily, quoted such initiative in Pune? And which topic you wrote about main essay? Main essay. Are you a religious person? Can interfaith dialogue bridge gap between conflicting religious communities? Then why communal rights are happening? From engineering to economics, and why this transition? Don't you feel that economics is a boring subject? Engineering graduate taking economics. See this, quite different. And coming back to religion, can you relate economics with the religion? Can you relate economics with the religion? And religious beliefs hinder or promote entrepreneurship. Religious events influence religious economics. And your district is flooded. What SOP you will follow? You are an engineer. Why you are not using technology for your solution? It's based on the previous question. Your IIM degree goes with IRS. Why do you want to waste its appearing again? So then she smiled and said, ye baat kehna bhi baat hai. Hindi. The musical director from a state of Tripura. So maybe a person from Tripura. How to develop infrastructure and connectivity in Northeast? What can Northeast do? India's aspiration Viksit Bharat. Define yourself. Successful person requires EQ or IQ. Justify. What is the meaning of Vedant? What is the meaning of Vedant? What are the two most important values to become successful? Rational decision making and integrity. What is the relevant soft skill of an organization? If you are to choose between soft skill and technical skill, give your reasons. So you have to choose soft skill or technical skill, but give your reason. Why unique food delicacy called GI DAC from Hyderabad? In which season it is consumed? Maybe biryani, Hyderabad biryani. Why most businessmen from Rajasthan running business outside Rajasthan? It must be from a Rajasthan person. What policy measures would you really prescribe to make them work in Rajasthan? So what are the trends in struggle going abroad and general? Abroad in general. So chairman of Rajya Sabha recently said, students blindly going abroad and what is the impact on India? Tell me something about your district in short. Follow-up question, Dudhwa National Park, part of my district, and one on rhino, and he said it's a favorite animal. Question on where else it's found. Asked about freebies. Compare Allahabad University of JNU. And his students' politics is more or less JNU. Now in JNU. So, you are a civil engineer and your name is. This is the next person. Right? And what is your opinion regarding lateral entry? Lateral entry. What do you think persons strive for a perfection? Can you name some women entrepreneurs? Can you tell me how can we increase the number of women per higher education? Higher position, sorry. Tell me 10 things whether the institutions or articles and food, etc. comes in your mind. Right? As I said, the democratic institutions of India are interrupted and said specific so that after listening to first point, only he laughed very loudly along with other members and said, you are at least getting 135 marks for me. After that, I was able to tell 5 to 6 things only. So with this we conclude this personality part. It's a part 2, and I hope it is useful to you, and more and more topic, and once it's called out from the main question bank, so you'll come up with more topics. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, பெல் ஐக்கன் பிரஸ் பண்ண மறந்து போயிடாதீங்க. அப்பதான் நாங்க போஸ்ட் பண்ற வீடியோவோட நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் உங்களுக்கு வரும்.